What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk about the Federal Reserve and their connection to Ripple. Yes, the private bank. It's not federal, but they call it the Federal Reserve. One of the craziest facts in the USA. Some bullish things in general in the crypto market. XRP's current price potential based off the chart, and then some lawsuit updates. First, I'm going to lead with this clip of Brad Garlinghouse from my TikTok.
My time zones are all screwed up. We're meeting the CEO of a payments company, and but the employee from Team Ripple says, "Well, why don't you give an update on what's going on at Ripple?" And I start talking about the SEC. And after the meeting, he very delicately says to me, "No one gives a shit." And his point was, if you're not in the United States, the governments in Abu Dhabi, governments in Switzerland, Singapore, UK, Japan, they provided the clarity how they view and categorize digital assets, and they don't care that the United States SEC has a viewpoint that is, pending in court.
I'm not a big TikTok guy, but I do have a TikTok where I post crypto content, so you can find that in the video description below if you use the app. But this is something a lot of people tend to forget. The SEC is just a USA entity, and some of the biggest users of XRP, some of Ripple's biggest clients are where? Outside of the USA, specifically Asia. In ARK Invest, this is one of those funds that invest a lot into crypto, grabbing another 8 million in Coinbase shares. Today we had breaking news that Coinbase is leaving the US. They're going international. And this is because of lack of regulatory clarity, and it probably has something to do with the SEC lawsuit from this month. Looks like it's a bullish thing though, because we have funds grabbing 8 million in Coinbase shares. A few more things before the Federal Reserve note. And if you guys need a spot to get XRP or Flare, I recommend Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. It's where I buy my XRP and Flare every day. And if you want $41 guaranteed for free, sign up with Webull, deposit 1 penny, and you're guaranteed $41 in minimum stock value. You could get up to $3,000 of stocks, but typically you just get $40 to $300. A link to Webull and Uphold in the video description below. So John Deaton, a lot of crazy information here. Geez, this is a long thread. I'm going to start right down here. Consider that the 2019 Financial Services Oversight Committee annual report highlighted XRP not as a security, but as a virtual currency. In the Financial Services Oversight Committee, these guys are regulators. This is not just any small entity. A report that was signed by all the top financial regulators in the US, including Jay Clayton, the guy that sued Ripple, and Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve. And we've also heard Gary Gensler, back in 2019, his days at MIT as a professor, refer to XRP as a virtual currency, a cash asset. Consider in 2019, I'm about to sneeze, 1 second. Sorry, bless me. Consider in 2019, MoneyGram filed documents with the SEC disclosing how MoneyGram would be using XRP in its cross-border payments business. The SEC knew MoneyGram would sell XRP to the public on Coinbase, and the company even approved it to go public over 2 years ago. All right. In this document, they say they have a strategic agreement with Ripple, a provider of leading enterprise blockchain solutions for payments. This agreement will enable MoneyGram to utilize Ripple's XRapid product, XRP, in foreign exchange settlement as a part of MoneyGram's cross-border payment process. We are very pleased with the terms of the Ripple investment, which supports the company with permanent capital and additional liquidity. This partnership also provides MoneyGram with the opportunity to improve operating efficiencies, increase earnings, and free cash flow. This is the value of XRapid. 99% of cryptocurrencies will be irrelevant in the future, the ones that solve problems like XRapid, XRP. Operating efficiencies improved, increase earnings, and they free up cash flow. And he continues on. It's been a decade since the US GAO, Government Accountability Office, described XRP as a virtual currency utilized in a decentralized payment system. We have a Chairman Gary Gensler who won't answer the basic question of whether ETH is a security, despite the CFTC saying it's a commodity. You can credibly make the case that a lot of crypto is a Ponzi or a scam. You can credibly believe, like I do, that all altcoins satisfy Howey at the time of their origin in initial sales or distribution? Heck, arguably Bitcoin satisfied Howey in 2011, 2013. But one thing you cannot argue is that the SEC is even remotely protecting investors. Not only has it failed miserably to protect investors, it certainly hasn't maintained fair, orderly, and efficient markets, nor facilitated capital formation. So now let's talk about the Federal Reserve. Here I have a Ripple blog post. Federal Reserve Task Force. Ripple improves speed and transparency of global payments. Set up in 2015 after the Federal Reserve recognized the need to spur improvements in payments, Task Force brought together a diverse group of 320 stakeholders. These included banks, regulators, end users, and tech companies to create a roadmap for modernizing this ancient U.S. payment infrastructure. Right? And now we're suing these companies. It's absurd. They gave Ripple the vote of confidence for the next generation of global payments. Ripple played a leading role in establishing this vision for payments. Early in the process, they were elected to serve on the steering committee to represent tech companies and provide expertise. So they're going to Ripple to learn how to innovate the system. They might try and do it on their own, but what you guys got to realize is Ripple's been at this for over a decade, and you can't just create technology overnight. Moving forward, look at this right here. Hopefully this clears up some confusion for those wondering why September is the cutoff date for this lawsuit. Every 6 months, the Administrative Office of the U.S. Courts publishes the dreaded 6th-month list. The 6-month list describes itself as a semi-annual report showing by U.S. District Judge all motions pending more than 6 months. Basically, this is like a shameful thing if you're a judge. Because think about it. If there's a motion that's been pending for more than 6 months, what's the problem on ruling on it? So this is something judges avoid. And the 6th month date would be September 2023. And this is why we're so bullish on the XRP ledger. Look at all the people building. 300 projects, developing use cases on XRPL. We have NFTs, marketplaces, gaming and metaverse, DEXs and launchpads, on-demand liquidity customers, wallets, and explorers. And we also have tons of smart, intelligent people at Ripple. This is the 43rd treasurer of the U.S. government. Her boss was the president. I'm not going to play this clip because there's copyright in the back, but she says that Ripple is focused on the future generation's currency for fast, cheap, and secure transactions. What do you think this woman knows that we don't know that made her go and become a board of directors member for Ripple? An update. A green dot has appeared. Now, this is just some indicator that this guy uses. But if you look at these bullish crosses, this is the relative strength index. When it's really high, it means an asset is overbought. When it's really low, it means it's oversold. In the past, 2017, before a 60,000% increase, there was a bullish cross. Here, bullish cross, mid-2020. And we have just seen a green dot appear, okay? JP Morgan is saying if Ripple wins the lawsuit, XRP is poised for significant adoption. Not just any regular bank, guys. This is JP Morgan. I want you to listen to this clip right here. It's very interesting, in my opinion, talking about the history of the money changers.
1991, the money changers prepared to take the American economy down again, and their methods and motives were laid out with shocking clarity in a memo sent out by the American Bankers Association, the ABA, an organization in which most bankers were members. Notice that this memo called for bankers to create a depression on a certain date 3 years in the future. According to the congressional record, here's how it read in part. On September 1st, 1894, we will not renew our loans under any consideration. On September 1st, we will demand our money. We will foreclose and become mortgagees in possession. We can take 2/3 of the farms west of the Mississippi and thousands of them east of the Mississippi as well at our price. Then the farmers will become tenants, as in England. These depressions could be controlled because America was on the gold money standard. Since gold is scarce, it's one of the easiest commodities to manipulate. People wanted silver money legalized again so they could escape the stranglehold the money changers had on gold money. People wanted silver money reinstated, reversing Mr. Said's Act of 1873, by then called the Crime of 73. By 1896, the issue of more silver money.
So I hope you found that interesting. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you for giving me 11 minutes of your day. I have a question for you. Keep in mind that in the last year, central banks bought more gold than they have in the previous century. My question is, when it comes to precious metals, platinum, gold, or silver, what do you prefer? I like coins. I'm more of a silver guy. Comment gold, silver, or platinum in the comment section below. As always, guys, I appreciate all the support on the channel. It's nothing without you guys. God bless you all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Until next time.